What is up, everybody? Brian D3 here, and today I'm bringing you my NBA 2K17 wish list. So, first things first, I want to start by actually applauding 2K. They added a few things for my wish list last year, so let's just look back at that really quickly. Arena sounds, you could add your own sounds to the arenas. I say they're going to take the next big jump in NBA 2K16 and they're going to add crew mode. I want to see an actual DJ, do the soundtrack. Stance socks in NBA 2K16. John Wall's 360 layup, I think, is one. Curry's floater high off the glass, the scoop layup kind of thing, they should add that as well. Be able to have retro jerseys in 2K, my player occasionally. So now that that's out of the way, let's just start by talking about additions to existing game modes. And I'm going to start with Play Now. And the first thing on my Play Now wish list is going to be USA Basketball. So hopefully they can add some of the Olympic teams into the game. Hopefully the current USA team, the Dream Team like they had in 2K13, but they probably won't be able to get Charles Barkley in there. Have the 2012 USA team and the 08 Redeem team as well. And since Paul George is he has his USA jersey on in the background of NBA 2K17's cover. And remember when Stephen Curry had his Davidson jersey on in the background, that kind of hinted at college basketball. So hopefully we can get USA Basketball in my career as well. Another suggestion that I have for Play Now is Legend Coaches, and this goes beyond Play Now mode as well. The Play Now only comes into play when it comes to seeing the coaches on the sidelines, but it's more important for my league and my GM, because if you choose a Legend team when you do customize the league, when you customize the league, you can choose retro teams, but there's no Legend coaches in the game. And if you play enough my league or my GM, you know that head coach is the rarest position to find like a tier 1 kind of guy at. And that's true in the NBA right now. There's only like 2 or 3 elite head coaches. And if you can get a guy like Pat Riley or Red Auerbach or Phil Jackson even at the helm of your team, that'd be so beneficial to anybody who picks a legendary team. So let's get those legend coaches in the game, have them in my team as well. Also, another suggestion for Play Now, this is for Play Now Online. There's no way of determining who your opponent is controlling when you play Now Online. And this is an Xbox exclusive issue. So I'm going to show you a Chris Move video right now. He's playing a Play Now online game, and you can see exactly who his opponent is using on defense. And this would be very beneficial, especially to somebody like me, because for example, when I'm playing my brother told me that he plays exclusively as the center when he's playing defense. So that would have helped me knowing that before, just because I would have known to pick a team with a good offensive center, and I could go straight at him and attack him, make him bite on pump fakes, whatever. So just knowing who your opponent is using is very beneficial to the user, because it makes your opponent have to play defense himself. So now let's talk about my career mode a little bit. Now, it was really hard this year to be elite in a particular category. Like, for example, I have a 3-point specialist shooting guard who is 6'5", and his 3-pointer maxed out at 88. So it's hard to really specialize in a particular category. Now, I think the solution to that could be with your connections. Now, this would involve bringing back Legends training camps from NBA 2K13. And what these were training camps that you could choose by selecting a particular legend. You'd only get 2 per year, and you could choose which attributes you would want to increase. And these would help you to specialize in a particular area. So if I really wanted to be the best shooter, I would choose Larry Bird, who did shooting. If I wanted to be the best dunker, then I would choose the Michael Jordan one. That also did layups, I think. If I wanted to be the best ball handler and passer, then I would go to the John Stockton one. So on and so forth. So this would help with specialization when it comes to your my player. Another suggestion that was also in my NBA 2K16 wish list is to earn attribute upgrades after a certain number of minutes that you play and not after games, because people are exploiting the foul out method. You can foul out and then you can earn your attribute bonuses from practicing. Whereas if you do it by minutes, then people who actually play the game are earning the attribute upgrades and will have a higher rating than those who don't play the game. Just simple as that. Also, the My Career mode was pretty dry once you got past the cutscenes and all, and there's nothing really to do in your second season. So I would recommend bringing back NBA 2K7's 24/7 mode. This was in my wish list last year too. If you don't know what 24/7 mode was in NBA 2K7, you could look up gameplay, but basically you could play against current NBA players in a street ball setting. You could do street ball moves. It was pretty cool. It was pretty memorable for me. It's almost like a street ball game, and it's just another way to add something different to My Career. Give us players something to do once the main storyline is over, and maybe even earn some unlockables through that. Now, I didn't really play a whole lot of my team at all. Just didn't really make sense for me to play because the best players obviously spend money, and it's hard to really have a good team when you don't spend money. So I tried to avoid my team, but one thing I would recommend is a seed multiplier, because I feel like MT is really hard to come by in the game. So that gives an incentive for players to be in the top seeds and to play games while they're still in those top seeds. So for example, if you're in the third seed, maybe you get times 1.25 MT for each game that you play. Second seed, you get times 1.5 MT, and in the second seed, or in the first seed, you get times 2. You get double the MT. So that's just one suggestion to incentivize players to stay in those top seeds. My league, they actually added a lot. I'm really impressed with what they added this year. I don't really have any complaints about my league. I would just say quick sim the draft. That's just the only thing I would say. Other than that, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful how in depth you can go or don't want to go. It's crazy. And the last thing I would say is just add a mode where you can play the dunk contest and the three-point shootout, because they still don't have that. They had it in 2K13, they took it out, and ever since then they haven't put it back. So just have the three-point shootout and dunk contest as a separate mode. You shouldn't have to go through My League or My GM or have it exclusively in those two modes in your My Career. You should be able to access it outside of that. So that's really it for part 1, guys. Stay tuned, because obviously there's more parts. There's a lot more I have to say. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace.